Hi, and welcome to lesson number 1 in module number 4 about Facebook marketing. In this lesson we will talk about and discuss Facebook and why Facebook is such a good platform for marketing and generating traffic to your business. We will also discuss how you can use it in order to build a presence and get exposure. So first off, why is Facebook so crucial? Facebook is one of the greatest tools and platforms to reach out to new individuals on a personal level, as well as getting detailed information about your audience. And the reason why I stress personal level is because you use your personal profile to reach out to people. And once people see a face, a name, several images of you, as well as having a chat or a comment, they will immediately feel more connected because they see a face and they see a person instead of just having a landing page or a sales page. So that is why Facebook is great for reaching out to people. And Facebook is also great because they have several tools that you can use to get more information about your audience. And this is what we will discuss now, because you can use Facebook in various ways. And the first method is to use something called Audience Insights, which is a tool that Facebook provides that you can use to get insight into your target audience. This tool is something we will go more in depth into later in this lesson, and I will show you how you can use it to analyze your audience to see if they are buyer hungry. So Audience Insights is a great way, or it is a great tool to use if you're into dropshipping. If you don't know what dropshipping is, it is the same as arbitrage, which is leveraging the cost differences from one country to another. And dropshipping is typically done by purchasing a product for fairly cheap from Asia and sending it directly to the customer in, let's say, the US or Europe. And by leveraging the cost differences from production to the price people are willing to pay, you can make a revenue and a profit. So I will give you an example of this for different types of dropshipping products later in this lesson. So the next thing you can use Facebook for is building groups as well as focus groups. And you can do this by leveraging other established groups. By this I mean that if you join someone else's group and you start providing value, and your only goal is to provide value, engage in discussions and give people tips and help people, you will be recognized. And people will think of you as a person with a lot of information and knowledge. And you might find yourself being approached by these individuals, the individuals from these big groups and established groups, and that they approach you and asking you if there are anything more you can help them with. And that's the time when you may ask them if it's okay to add them, or that they should join your own Facebook group, or take a look at your offers. But my approach to this is that I send them to my group so that they would get even more value from my group before I pitch anything. And as mentioned in the solo ad lesson in the previous module, in module 3, you got an example of a 3-product 15-day email sequence where you provided value for 3 days, you had a pitch and 3 more days of value, and then another pitch and 4 days of value before another pitch. So if you want to provide value and you actually want to over-deliver on value so that people feel that you are someone to be trusted and that you have more knowledge in store that they can buy. As well as you want to have an audience with a mindset that, oh hey, I get so much value for free with this guy or this girl. Just imagine how much value I can get if I actually start paying that person. So if people think like this, you will be approached by people that want to buy something from you and ask, where can I put in my credit card and stuff like that. So that is why groups are really, really good. And focus groups is also something you should use because you have to optimize, customize, and develop your products and services. And focus groups is a great way to do this. And the group should actually be not that big, but it should have a fair size. And with a fair size, I mean between 30 and 60 people. If 30 and 60 people test your product or service either for free, or it is a beta page, it is in beta, or it is not in development, you will get so much feedback, and you can also get testimonials that will build upon the social proof when you start selling your products and services. So that's why building groups and focus groups are something which basically is the most important thing I will talk about in this entire video. So you should build groups and focus groups. The next thing is you can use Facebook to establish your own social profile by promoting your own persona. You can do this in two different ways. You can use groups and focus groups to build up an authority and make people trust you and build a name for yourself, but you can also do it through a Facebook ad campaign, which is the next thing I'm coming to, which is you can generate sales and revenue by promoting and offering ads or products through ad campaigns. So these are the 4 ways I will cover in this lesson about how you can use Facebook, and we will go through each single step, hands-on approach on actually how to use Facebook Insights, how I've built a group with over 600 people and got a lot of customers, built a name for myself, as well as how you can establish your own profile. I will not go that much in depth in that one, but we will go also more into how to generate sales through Facebook ad campaigns, which is linked back to Audience Insight, where you can pre-qualify and pre-build an audience that you will be using in your ad campaigns. So let's get over to Facebook to actually take a look at Audience Insight. So I'm here now at Audience Insight, and if you're looking for any of the links or any of the pages, you can find a link for everything down in the resources used section, so that you don't have to search and find things manually. So we're now at Audience Insight, and since we're doing Audience Insight research or audience research, we want to go for everyone on Facebook. And you have different options. You have an overview over the percentage according to age and gender, and you have lifestyle and your relationship status, educational level, and job title in the middle. And then that's under demographics. You have something called page likes, which is the pages that they are likely to click and the interest that they are likely to, if they're interested in, let's say, Walmart, they are more likely to click on something that is related to something within the same niche. So I'll show you that later on. Then you have location, which is top cities, top countries, and top languages. Then you have activity. Activity is something which is really important when you do research, basically for any type of niche, category, or product or anything, because the scale for the option called ads clicked, which is on the far right side over here, tells something about what is the rate or how many people within your audience are actually clicking links. So you want this number, which now is 14, to be as close and as high as possible to page liked. Because if the ratio is really good, you have the opportunity to build a pre-qualified list that are buyer hungry and are looking to find new products or services that they can buy. So you have more, which is household and purchase. And purchase is also interesting due to the two options, or basically all three options, which is retail spending and online purchases, as well as purchase behavior. Online purchases basically says that about 11% don't buy online. All these people within this audience don't buy online. And about 40%, or the remaining 89%, are purchasing products online. Then if you were to scroll down, you have purchase behavior, and here you have the different categories people are spending money on. So you can see that clothing, subscription services, and food and drinks, and pet products are really popular. Health and beauty, and there are some that aren't that big. So here you can see in a decreasing order. If you were to scroll either further down, you have in market for a vehicle, which is not relevant for us now. So let's get into actually doing some research. And we want to target all Tier 1 countries. And Tier 1 countries is the countries where the native language is English. So you have the United States, Canada, and you have the United Kingdom, you have Australia, New Zealand, which are the countries we will add for now. So you can see now that the new audience that we've created have a monthly active member base between 250 and 300 million people. So between 250 and 300 million are active every single month. But we want to narrow it down even more. So let's say that we want to have a product, or we have a product and want to start a dropshipping company that sells different watches. So let's take watches under interest. So let's see. There is a company called Movement Watches, which is a really popular watches company that produces and has a lot of different watches that are really popular. So let's add a more couple of brands, because a great technique when you do social media marketing is actually to market your product and services to the audience of your competitors. So if you know a lot of different watch brands, which is the niche I'm going to research now, I want to target the audience of my competitors so that people that I know are interested in watches will see my ads as well. So let's add a couple more. You have Rolex, Patek Philippe, you have luxury watches. Let's stay with these. So now we have gone down to 10 to 15 million monthly active users, which I think is a bit too high. So let's just skip Rolex. And we went further down, and let's just skip Patek Philippe as well, because we want a narrow audience. And as you can see, if we look at age and gender, you can see 23% of the audience are women and 77% are men. So we could now do one more. Well, let me cover out another thing. You can see that less than 5%, 3%, 1%, and 0.5% are above the age of 34. So 35 or older is an audience that are really, really small. So let's actually take a look at how big they are. So we can select age and select 35 to be the minimum. And we can see that the total audience is between 50 and 60,000 monthly active people or users. So that's really small. So let's go back to 18, and we want to exclude this audience. So we will go to 18 to 34. Now we want to do one more thing, and that is check the activity for the different ages and different genders. So we will now go do a research or an analysis for the entire audience. So we'll go to activity, and we can see that the ratio between page likes and ad clicks are 65 to 37. 37 is a fairly good number, but it is pretty low compared to lifetime page likes. So let's split it into men and women. So men, it is 1 lower on ads clicked. So that's not good. Let's talk about women. Women is 39 to 66. So 39 to 66 is a bit better than what both genders were. So let's go one more level deep and split it into 2 age groups. So we will take 18 to 24, both genders. You can see 64 to 36 for both genders. Men are 64 to 36, which is better, and women is 65 to 38, which is also really good. Now let's take a look at 25 to 34, which is the next 10-year gap. So for all or both genders you have 66 to 37, and for men you have 66 to 37, and for female you have 67 to 40, which was really good. Now let's go into the next step, which is analyzing the age and gender and accordingly to the purchase and online purchases. So let's go back to 18 to 34, which is our entire group. And you can see now that about 12% are not purchasing. If you go to men, it is also 12%, but for female, it is also 12%. So let's narrow it down to 25 to 34. You can see that still 12%. It is 11%, so it decreased by 1% if we were targeting only men, and for women it was 14%. So women are not purchasing as much as men within the interest of watches. So let's take the first year group, so 18 to 24. For all, there's 11% not buying. Men, 12. Female, 9. So we can then say that the female group from 18 to 24 are purchasing more online than men from 18 to 24. But men from 25 to 34 are purchasing more than women in the same age group. And as you can see, if we were to scroll down to purchase behavior, you will see that the clothing for women is 55%. And for men it would be 48. So that's a 8% difference. And it is an 8% difference that could make a huge difference. So let's take a look at the next, or the older age group. So 25 to 34. So 53% men, 55% women. Which is let's see, clothing 46% and 54%. So that's a bit odd. For all, 48. But we can now see that in the age groups between 18 and 34 in all Tier 1 countries, which are interested in luxury watches and movement watches, which are 2 competitors, they are buying accordingly to the ads clicked. Because this is the ratio, or this number tells us that people have bought or are clicking ads for pay products. And ads on Facebook aren't hard to see, or it isn't hard to see that the ads people are running on Facebook are ads. You know immediately when you see an ad on Facebook that it is an ad. And even though you know it is an ad, people are clicking it. So that's really interesting. Now we want to go into even deeper targeting. Because there are a lot of people in these countries that don't speak English, or there are people in these countries that don't have marked English as their language, but we want to exclude those who haven't done that. So we'll go down to advanced and choose a language, and then we will select English and English all. So we had a 500 to 600,000 audience. Now we have 450 to 500. So we narrowed down about 100,000 people. And as I mentioned previously, you want to target pre-qualified audiences, and what by pre-qualified audiences I mean that you want to narrow it down to below 200,000. So now we will go to page likes, and as I mentioned, with the page likes you will know how likely are people to click something depending on what they like. And as you can see, by targeting luxury watches and movement watches, people are 28 times as likely to click Vincere Collective, or 33.3 times more likely to click the Canon's watch company, or Triva have a 29% times more likelihood of clicking it. So we will try adding Triva. So Triva jewelry watches. Let's see. Now it's changed. So Cortez have a high probability of clicking. So Cortez. Let's see. We couldn't find it. There is something I have to mention. For the pages and the page likes, there isn't necessarily the opportunity to target these pages. So some people, as Cortez, isn't possible to target. Let's take a look at the Vincere Collective. That one isn't targetable as well. Let's take a look at the Canon's watch company. The Canon's watch company. It was targetable. So now it changed a bit again. And you can see Aegon watches is another one, which is 21 times more likely to be clicked. So we will try targeting that one as well, which isn't targetable. Let's take a look at Tyrock. That one was targetable. So now let's take a look at our audience. So it increased again to 500 to 600,000 people. But we want to only target men in this category, so it decreased a bit. And then we want to scroll down and we want to go, let's see, that they should be an owner of an Apple 7 device. Oh, let's just skip that. That one isn't relevant. So we now got an audience of 450 to 500,000 monthly users in the age of men between 18 and 35. Let's decrease that to 18 to 25. That is 250 to 300,000. But we are now targeting every English-speaking country in the world, as well as several watch companies in the world. So there is a given that we have a fairly huge group. But let us only target, we will skip New Zealand, we will skip Australia, and we will focus on Canada, United Kingdom, and United States. So now we are below 200,000 monthly active people within 18 to 25 years old and men interested in all of these. So that's a really good start. So this is a group that you can actually save and market to when you want to run an ad campaign. So let's go ahead and save it. So we will save this one as, if it allows us, there we go. We will save it to watches segment. And since it's male, 18 to 24 in US, UK, and Canada. There we go, and I'll click save. So now we're done with the audience insight for watches, and the same process is something you will do with different types of products. So you can do the same process for pet toys or anything related to pet. You can also do it for shirts, jerseys, and products related to a American football team, or a baseball team, or a basketball team. There are unlimited opportunities with this audience insight tool. So that's it about audience insight. Let's cover more about a group. So in this video we will be doing the social upcoming group and how I built it. We now, when filming this video, we have a current of 610 members. All of these members are people I've personally approached and reached out to through other online business groups on Facebook. And the way I approached them was I went into members, and then I did from default filtering to join date. And once I filtered by join date, I know that these people are the people that joined most recently, and they are most likely active on Facebook because they have either requested being added to a group recently or joined a group recently. And since these people are most recent active, or are active most recent on Facebook, these are the people I reached out to. And the method I did when building this 600 people big group is that I approached about 20 people a day. And I varied between sending messages and sending friend requests. And I often sent friend requests first, and once they accepted, I sent a message where saying, hey, thanks for accepting my request. I noticed we both share an interest in the niche the group is for, and we're both members of this group. So I just thought I should reach out and ask how things are going and if you're into any sort of business. And then the dialogue went from there. So that's the way I reached out to all of these people. And then later down the road, the dialogue and the conversation, I asked if they wanted to get added to a group, or some of them I just added and said, hey, I added you to my private group on Facebook, do you mind? And after having a dialogue with a lot of them, they say, hey, heck not, it is just great that you added me to the group. So through this group, I market free content, I promote free webinars that I try to hold every week, but that isn't always possible when I look at my calendar. I promote giveaways. I also occasionally promote my services so that people know what I can, or what I actually provide and what I actually do. And that is why this group is so good for me, because this is also a group I can use to ask people what type of content do they want to have created. So then I can customize products and services to the needs and the type of content that my Facebook group wants. And by doing this, I both increase the potential of revenue by having more people interested, but I have also a pre-qualified group with people that trust me, and once I then launch a product, they're more likely to buy. So that's a short introduction into how Facebook groups can be used, how I've used it, how I've built it, but you can also run competitions within the group, so that if someone were to, you could say that if you want the group to grow, you can say that to people, hey, we're running a competition now, where if you invite 10 and add 10 people to the group, and click like on this post and click done when you've done it, and with the names of the people you have added. In 2 days we will appoint a winner, or in 1 week we'll appoint a winner, and the winner should get free lifetime access to our services and products. So that's one way to encourage viral marketing and viral growth with Facebook groups. Now let's get over to the actual building an ad. So now into the ads manager, or the power editor, where you create your Facebook ad. And depending on what type of conversion you want to get, or what your goal with that is, you select a option here. Many people click post engagements, post likes, website clicks, and website conversions. So depending, if you want to build a personal profile, you want to go with page likes, and then you want to select your Facebook page. If you want to click website clicks, which is the one that I use for landing pages, this is the one you want. Or you can click conversions and have a conversion pixel on the thank you page after you created a campaign. But in this example and in this lesson we will go for website clicks. So we continue, and since we want to send people to our product page, we want to use the customized audience that we just created when it comes to watches, because we want to start a dropshipping company that sells watches, which we dropship from Asia. So there we go. And then we want to scroll down to placement, and you can check the automatic placements, which is recommended. You can also click edit placement, which is the one I will do, because you can select that you want to get promoted on Instagram and audience networks, or only Facebook or specific devices. I will uncheck Instagram and audience network, and I will change from all devices to mobile only. The reason why I want to change to mobile only is because I want only people that are using mobile phones to see what I have to offer, because I've built out my entire structure and landing pages and sales pages to be mobile optimized, and more people are only using their mobile to surf on Facebook, and mobile traffic is cheaper than desktop traffic. So that's why we want to select mobile only. This is something you can experiment with, and I recommend you to experiment with it so that you can try mobile compared to desktop to see what converts the best for your business offer. Then you can scroll down to the budget and schedule, which gives you an opportunity to either schedule your marketing campaign, you can limit it, and you can have a daily budget or a lifetime budget. What I typically do is that I run a 1 week test period with a budget of $5 a day. This makes me reach out to X amount of people for 1 week, and I can then see what type of changes do I need to do to my ad campaign to increase conversions and get cheaper clicks and so on. And then we have optimize for link clicks, impressions, or daily unique reach, and they recommend link clicks. I've often chosen impressions, but I've also clicked daily unique range. And you can see here that for 1,000 impressions, the minimum payment is $8 under suggested bid. For impressions, it is the same thing. But for link clicks, you can click manual, and you can see that the lowest price per click on this one is $2.65, which is really high. But that isn't the amount you will be paying if you run this campaign and do optimization and so on. When you get charged, let's see, impressions, link clicks, and I want to get charged by impressions. ad scheduling, I want it run all the time. I don't want to run on a schedule, so all the time. And delivery type, I want to click accelerated. But that one also works on my manual bid only, so we will leave that one as standard. Then you can call this audience or bid a name, so we'll just do that. And then you actually create your ad, the ad that people will see. So typically I go with single image. You can go with single video. Carousel is not a great way to promote your product in the first promotion of your product, so go with single image. Videos are also converting really well because the video view is very cheap. Then you can upload an image, which is the image that will be shown. Let's see if we can find one really quick. So we'll add this one. It should be the image that we used for the landing and sales page, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. So then this is the mobile feed ad preview. So we will promote it on my page because I want to do some personal branding, and then let's do some editing. So headline, so beautiful wood carved watches. Get your own watch made from Canadian wood. So limited. There are a lot of different psychological triggers or sales things you can add, and this stressing urgency and that something is limited is something that is great to increase conversions. So let us see. We'll just use social outcome in this example. And there we go. And we will actually add, oh, that's was not meant to happen. So watch, let's see. Oh, it works like that. They have edited the ad manager since I run a campaign. So Woodwatch, there we go. So this is the URL that will be shown underneath the information. So there we go. And you can have a call to action, which is actually the button, and we want to click shop now because we want to promote a product, and we want to promote a product that people buy. So you can change all this to something, or you can change the ad to promote something or promote a landing page. So then you will edit the headline to the headline of your landing page and the description to the description of your landing page, and then you will edit the call to action to, let's say, learn more or apply now or something like that, depending on what type of product or service you promote on your landing page. So that's basically it. And there are a future where you can track your conversions, track your clicks, track everything, and you can do that by adding a tracking pixel. And a tracking pixel is a pixel or a line of code that Facebook provides you. And let's track all conversions from my Facebook pixel. And then if you go into the pixel, let's see, you get a line of code that you basically add to your thank you page, the page that people arrives on after they've clicked subscribe, or if you are sending people to your landing page, or the thank you page they would arrive on after they've purchased the product. That's where you add your conversion pixel. But I will not add this one because I track conversions in another way. I have a unique, or I have a tracking URL or a tracking service tracking the links that I send people to. So the link that I were inserting in here is the wrong one. This is a link that I would shorten through a service, either through Bitly or through other URL shortening services that track your link clicks. And by tracking the link clicks, I compare them to the amount of subscribers I get when I send people to a landing page or a sales page, I can track the conversion rates. So that's how I do it. Now, this is the way you set up an ad campaign, and if I were to place order now, it would go through and it would start paying $5 daily to this URL, to this audience, and we are ready to go. However, there is one important aspect, and that is about the images you use, because an image can only contain up towards a certain amount of text. And then you have a tool called Text Overlay or Image Text Check, which is a service Facebook have that will give you the opportunity to upload an image to see if it is within the range of image to text ratio. So you would simply upload a photo. Let's see if we can find the same photo. And as it would upload, it would analyze it and it will spit out image text. Okay, your ad will run normally. And that is what you want to see. If you were to have a lot of text on the image, you would see image text high, image text medium, image text low. And you want to have image text okay. So if you have too much text, it would reduce your reach, and by making the text smaller, you would increase your reach and it would be better. So this is a smart tool that you should use before selecting and starting a campaign with a photo. And you can find a link for everything that we've been using in this video down in the resources used section. So this is how you can use Facebook. You can use audience insights to get more information about your audience, making a pre-qualified audience, splitting into age groups, gender, seeing where they are from, what pages they are liking, what their activity is like, to see if they are actually clicking ads or not. Are they purchasing products online, and within what categories? As well as how you can use Facebook groups and how you can use Facebook to reach out to people, build these groups and build a name for yourself through groups. And then how you can use the ads to set up ads to either promote a landing page, a sales page, or your personal persona. So through using Facebook, you can reach out to a tremendous amount of people, and these people, they again come back to your business, purchase what you have, try your services, or leave feedback or join your groups. So Facebook is a really great tool to use when you build your own business.